In James 3, we're going to continue to learn about how we should live our lives once we have trusted in Jesus for salvation. And he starts off by talking about controlling your tongue. He says, "Indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and could also control ourselves in every other way. We can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth. And a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong." And in the same way, James is arguing, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. So he's saying, watch your language if you're a follower of Jesus. Be careful about how you speak. And not just your language in terms of, good language and bad language, but just cursing people and that sort of thing. He says in verse 10, blessing and cursing come pouring out of the same mouth. And he's saying, surely, my brothers and sisters who are followers of Jesus, this is not right. Apparently, this was a problem in the early church at this point. He says this, now he broadens this principle. He says, if you're wise and understand God's ways, prove it by living an honorable life, doing good works with the humility that comes from wisdom. And then he talks about jealousy and ambition and things like that. He says this, but the wisdom from above is first of all pure, and it's also peace-loving, gentle at all times, and willing to yield to others. It is full of mercy and the fruit of good deeds. It shows no favoritism and is always sincere. So as you read this chapter, just apply it to your own life. Is this how you live? Do you have this kind of wisdom as a Christian? Hopefully, the longer you've been a Christian, the more you've grown in this kind of wisdom, which you can go back and match up to Galatians 5, the fruit of the Spirit. It should just be the natural result of your new life in Christ. So anyway, you're ready to read James chapter 3, and we'll see you tomorrow for chapter 4.